Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. We are live. Happy Wednesday. How we doing today? Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, if everything's good. It's great to be back. Good to see everybody. Hope y'all are having a great week so far. If you're new here or if this is your first live stream, we're just going to hang out for about the next hour or so, talk about smart home projects and any news, new products. There's always some new products, it seems like, almost every week. And actually missed last week. We didn't go live last week, so good to be back and hang out with everybody here today. Let's see, all good. Thank you, Scott. Let's say hi to some folks and we'll kind of get rolling. We'll talk about some projects and stuff that I'm working on and some new products that are coming out, some stuff that's been in the news the past week or two. And then we can do a Q&A where you guys can ask your questions. If you have any regarding smart home or just whatever, we can have some fun and hang out for the next hour or so. So, let's see who we got here. Lone Star Trent, what's going on? Lone Star Trent, Scott McNair is in the house. I saw also Nikos Zik. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. We have a new member just joined, so thank you for becoming a member. Oh, let's see if our do I have my confetti? Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right. Thank you for becoming a channel member. And I see we have a lot of members here in the chat today. So thank you guys, all the channel members, for supporting the channel. Great to see you guys here and always appreciate the support. So let's see. Frederick is here. What's going on, Frederick? Dylan, what's going on, Dylan? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good week. Man, it feels good to be here. Been a while since I made one. Awesome. Well, it is great to have you here. And Dylan actually started a YouTube channel recently. Amazing start. So excited to see the stuff Dylan is putting out. So you guys go check out Dylan as well. Let's see. Pokey McMaster. What's going on? Dan is in the house. What's going on, Dan? How you guys doing? How's the weather been? It is finally getting hot here. Really hot, actually. So hot that I'm starting to not want to walk the dog until late, right before it gets dark, because it's just too hot. So I might have to get out there and give the dog a walk this evening. Let's see. All right. Scott says, saw your Aqara U100 door lock review and picked it up. Working great and highly recommend. Awesome. Well, thank you for watching and glad to hear that's working well for you, Scott. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty impressive little lock, especially for the money, the cost of that thing. And yeah, a lot of people I think have gotten on that one. I love the U100. Still working on automations for it. Lone Star Trent says, Nitrox, hi from UK. Yeah, where are you guys from? Let me know down in the comments where you're from. It is, like I said, hot and getting pretty humid here in the south. We got Newburgh, Oregon, heat index, 125 down in Texas. That is hot. We had some really bad storms. Let's see, what was that? 2 nights? Yeah, I want to say 2 nights ago. And throughout the night, the power has this ever happened to anybody? So I mentioned this on Instagram. I'll mention it here. The power was shutting off, going in and out a bunch of times. We don't really lose power too bad here. But this night, all the thunderstorms, we lost power, I think probably for about an hour in the end. But before it went out kind of for good there, it was cutting in and out a bunch of times. Well, you guys know if you have like a smart light bulb or something, a lot of these smart lights, sometimes to do a factory reset, you turn it off and then on again like a bunch of times and it'll do a factory reset. Well, apparently the light that I have back there on my tree, you see it shining on that little fake tree back there, it factory reset because the power shut off and then shut back on so many times, like really quickly, I think, and did a factory reset. I came in here the next morning and it was flashing red. And that was the first. I've never seen that before. So had to reset that thing up and that was crazy. So always interesting. I had, it was also a good reminder too. So I had a lot of the lights kind of coming on in the middle of the night and stuff like that. When you have a smart home, power outages sometimes can be frustrating, especially for the spouse. I know my wife was yelling at me to turn certain lights off because one of the lights, I think it was Philips Hue, came on full brightness. Not good. But what you can actually do, it was a good reminder for me because I didn't do this with a lot of my lights. So what you can do with a lot of these lights is in the manufacturer's app, like I know Philips Hue can do this. Not all of them will do this, but Philips Hue, you can go in and set the power on behavior. So in the event of a power outage, or like if somebody turns the light switch off or something, you can set what that light will do. Mine was just on default for that one particular light, so I had to go in and set it to either be off or resume like whatever the previous state was. So good reminder to go and do that if you haven't already. Don't wait until it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to sleep and your spouse is yelling at you. Let's see, let me change this to the live chat here and try to get in with you guys. Good evening from Netherlands. Awesome. Eric from the Netherlands. Thank you for hanging out with us. We got people from all over the world here today. HomeKit Techie. That happens to me once a week in the summertime in Florida. Crazy storms here. Yeah, man, I feel you though. We do have, I always say during like usually June, July, August, we pretty much have thunderstorms almost every evening, it seems like. So the weather pretty much always says at least 30% chance of rain. It's always hit or miss here. But the one other night was particularly bad, and it was in the middle of the night. So yeah, losing power is frustrating. And if you guys have any tips for smart home when, with these power outages, definitely share. It did make me realize one of the things on my list was also to get a UPS uninterrupted power supply for like my router and stuff. I still haven't done that, so that is definitely on my list. It kind of brought that to the top of my list there. Invest in a small generator. Yes, that's a good suggestion for sure. And I do have a generator for serious emergencies. A gas-powered one. I see a lot of those solar powered generators and stuff. I haven't used one of those yet, but I've been thinking about that also. Marina, hopefully I'm saying that right. Well, we have hectic load shedding here in South Africa, forced to install solar backup system for my house. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, solar backup for the whole house. That's awesome. Not awesome, I guess, that you have to deal with power outages, but wow. Let's see. What's up, Shane? How are you thinking about getting a doorbell? What's up, Shane? How are you? I'm thinking about getting a doorbell camera so I can see who's been at my house. Yes, doorbell cameras are awesome. I love them, definitely. So let's go ahead and jump into some stuff. Oh, I did. Some of you guys have asked me before about my grandpa's smart home setup. So I did a video. I should put a link down in the description. Maybe I'll do it after the stream for anybody watching this after the live stream. But I did go to my grandpa's house. What was that? Probably in the fall of last year. So a few months, maybe 6 months ago, set him up with the smart home. I finally got back there. That's actually why I missed last week's live stream. So got back to see Pappy and hang out at his house and updated some of his smart home stuff. I wasn't going to do a full dedicated video on those updates and stuff. I just didn't, I don't know, but I could, I suppose. But it was good to get there, reset some things. I was actually impressed. He had updated his phone and a lot of his stuff already, but did have to, he's 86 by the way, so I had to go and change some things, and I kind of restructured some stuff. So I did learn some things on what I would do differently if I was setting up a smart home for somebody like that. Last time, originally, I set it up where I set up everything with his phone, and with the home app on his phone, and then shared the home with me so I'd have access while I'm here to go in and make changes and stuff. Probably not the best idea. So what I did is I actually wiped it and started over and set everything up from my phone and then shared it with him. Because what had happened was, even though I thought I set it up kind of foolproof, he's 86, so he'll get in there and tinker with some stuff and move some things or create automations, and we had some issues with that. So what I did now is I set it all up on my phone as an additional home on my account, and then shared it with him with kind of limited access where he can't make changes and stuff, which is perfect for him. So hopefully that will be better moving forward. But yeah, for those who have asked, that is what we were doing last week. And yeah, it's going good for him. He really loves the automation still, especially his little Aqara smart buttons that turns on certain lights, and then I set up some motion automations and just kind of reconfigured those, make sure everything was working well, where certain lights would come on when he moves throughout the house and stuff like that. So and also, guys, I will say we'll do a Q&A here in a little bit. So I know we usually try to do that. So we'll definitely do a Q&A here in a little bit. And I'll probably create a separate little tab, pin it to the top where you guys can post your questions there. So I'll make sure I won't miss any questions. But first, real quick, let's go through a few things. Let's see. We got this week, just actually yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw this. Nanoleaf had a live event, so you can actually watch the keynote here from their website. And I came in the tail end of this. I missed most of the live event, but they introduced the Nanoleaf 4D. So this was actually first introduced at CES. So if you watch my CES video, you probably saw this, but excited to see this. I did talk about this a little bit on Instagram yesterday too. But I'm excited about this. Probably going to get one of these and set this up. So this is the screen mirroring device, and you can, it's got all these different settings for mirroring all the lights to what's on your TV. Now there's other devices like this, by other brands that do similar things, but essentially this is a camera kind of device that will pick up the colors and stuff from your TV and reflect around a light strip. So the kit kind of comes with a light strip, and you can't pre-order these now, by the way, I should say that. And you can get just the camera. So if you already have a bunch of them, I'm trying to see if there's a good photo. You can't really see it in my room here. You can kind of see it. So I have a TV right there. You can't really even tell it's on because of the, there we go. So I have got Nanoleaf stuff around there. So if you already have Nanoleaf stuff, you can get just the camera on this thing, and it'll sync all your Nanoleaf devices throughout the room. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's coming out. And they also, let me see if I can get back here. They also announced that they're going to be selling some black hexagons. So this is really cool. And I'm also excited about this because I've been doing here in the studio. Again, if you can see, I've got some of the black. Well, they're actually just skins on those lines back there. But over here, kind of just out of frame, excuse me, I don't think you can see, I've got some of the black triangles. And before, they only sold the triangles in the black color, but now you can get, again, pre-order. And they do say this is limited edition, I think, yeah. But you can get the hexagons in black too. So that's awesome. If you're into the Nanoleaf stuff, Brian says, will the 4D camera work with non-matter light strips? So the previous generation, that's a good question. And yes, I'm almost certain, Brian, we will have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure they made it compatible with like most of their existing products. So, but we'll definitely double check that as we get closer to the release. And I'm almost certain that it will work with most of this. So let me see if it says in here what all it's compatible with. And it does say here, works with Apple Home Thread and all these other things. Let's see. Does it say specifically? So that's pretty nice that we will also be able to control it. Obviously, there will probably be limited control in Apple Home, but let's see. I'm not seeing on here. Well, we won't spend too much time on that, but we'll find out and make sure. But I think so. I think you're good to go there. Let's see. Poke McMaster says, I'll definitely get that when I buy a new TV. Yeah, I've been kind of holding off. I actually didn't put a light strip behind that TV yet, so it'll be perfect for that. I think I'll probably go that route. Let's see. All right, and next up, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Aqara has been they've been doing this where they're, teasing things a lot lately before the release. So that can be good. That's kind of exciting. I think that's, kudos to their marketing department there. I think that's pretty smart, unless they release an official date. Now, if you recall, Was it the lock, the U100 lock we were just talking about? I think they released the date that they were going to, they announced the date and then they had to push it back. Well, this just was put on their Twitter, I think yesterday, and there's no date. So that might be smart. They might have learned something from that last one, but it says new launch is coming soon. One of our most iconic sensors is about to meet Matter. Who's been waiting for our thread-based products? When the iconic sensor meets Matter. So that's all they say, but pretty exciting. I know I've been asked numerous times about their thread sensors. They actually first announced thread sensors, I think it was CES of last year, so January 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, guys? But yeah, so it's taken a while, but they've come out with a number of products since then. But it looks like the thread-based sensors is coming. So for those who have been looking forward to that, it should be here soon. And it kind of makes sense that they would wait for Matter for that. My assumption on this, they say their most iconic sensors. One of their most iconic sensors. So they did mention the door and window as well as the motion sensor way back when they first announced that, like a year ago or whatever. So it doesn't say which one it is right here. I would probably assume it's going to be one of those two. I'm not sure which one is more iconic. But yeah, more exciting stuff there. More Matter sensors, Matter products, thread stuff. So always good. Gene, thank you for joining. We got another member. Thank you, Gene, for becoming a member. Let's see if I can hit my confetti button. Oh, missed it. There we go. Thank you for becoming a member. And you guys, if you're a member or a new member or existing member and didn't know, we have a Discord server just for members. I get in there every day and interact. A lot of great people are in there sharing ideas and help. So definitely check out our Discord server if you haven't already, and would love to see you in there hanging out. We also do a monthly video hangout kind of thing the first Wednesday of every month. So that should be next Wednesday. We'll do that. So always look forward to that. Those are a lot of fun. And welcome, Gene. Let's see. Does any company have a thread water sensor? Lone Star Trend? I don't think so. Well, nope. Eve does. Yeah. So let's see. Go to Amazon. I actually really like this water sensor here. If you're not familiar with it already, this is the Eve Water Guard, and this does support thread. As you can see right there. Not the cheapest. They got a 20% coupon on right now. Here, let me, I will post a link in the chat. This is an affiliate link if anybody wants to use this. That always helps and is appreciated, but this is the Eve water sensor. And actually, 20% off is pretty good. I do also have, let's see, did I put it in the description of today's video? There's also, I think there is an Eve discount also from their website. I think it's only 10%, but check the description of the live stream, and I'll put that down there after the stream if it's not already down there. I think I put it down there, but I may have forgotten. But yeah. 20% off right now on Amazon, so that's nice. Okay, where were we? Another thing, so we talked about Aqara. I saw this recently. TP-Link's first Matter smart light switch with voice control, Siri, all that good stuff. So, we've got a Matter light switch. This would be the first Matter-enabled light switch, I think. I believe this is, if it's anything like TP-Link's other stuff, this is probably Wi-Fi based. I don't think it's going to be thread. Trying to see if it says anywhere specifically. But yeah, I've ordered one of these. I want to try it out and see how I like it. But there is a switch and there's also a dimmer. So they have a Matter enabled dimmer. And it supports, you know, everything since it supports Matter pretty much. I'm trying to see if it says if it's Wi-Fi. I'm assuming it's Wi-Fi based. And it does require a neutral though, so that's pretty important if you're into these. Not a bad price at all though, so I'm happy about that. Oh, thanks, Frederick. I see the. Let's see what happened there with that. Oh, heat water sensor. Did I forget to paste it? Of course. So what happens when I'm trying to do too many things, trying to talk and paste. So here's that sensor. Thanks, Frederick, for pointing that out. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Let me get back to my camera. So yeah, exciting, more Matter stuff. It seems like every week we've got new Matter stuff coming out. I saw somebody here, and forgive me because I missed the comment. Yeah, there it is. Emily says, didn't I see you with Homey Pro the other day? Emily, so I don't have a Homey Pro, which you saw probably, let's see, is my top-down camera. So it's actually right here at my desk. This is the original, this is the first Homey bridge. So this is just the basic Homey bridge. I'm really not sure. I think they just call some fingerprints on there. But this is just the Homey bridge. It has these cool little lights on it though. Looks like Homey Pro. I'm excited about Homey Pro. I don't have one yet. I hope to have one. For those who, I actually have that tab up. Let's switch over. We talked about this a little bit. So Homey Pro is this one. The big difference is like, what are we talking here? Come on, where's the buy? I want to say it's like $3.99. So $3.99 versus the one that I have right here, which is like $69, I think, for this one. So this is the cloud-based device, so you can connect devices to here, but it's very limited in terms of the more advanced stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting the Pro version. I hope to get this and try this out. I'd like to share it with you guys. It seems a lot of people are interested. I can say that I have been super impressed. I really started using this one just to try out the software and kind of tinker around with it. And I've been super impressed with the interface and everything so far from this one. So it makes me really excited about the Homey Pro. I actually know some people who have already gotten the Homey Pro and have been testing it out. I think it's all in beta still, so I'm not sure if they're considered beta testers, but exciting stuff right there. Again, based on what I've seen with this one, I'm really excited about the Homey Pro. Dan says, show Shane some love by hitting the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. And Frederick as well. Thank you, guys. Yeah, hit the like button. That's always appreciated. Let's see, Modern Day Tech. Awesome. Welcome, Eric. Glad you could hang out. We got Modern Day Tech in the house. Another great YouTube channel. If you haven't, go check out Modern Day Tech's channel. He says, I better use this before the month ends. That's right. We have a couple of days left. If you're a member, you have these monthly member chats that you can use. I guess it's once a month. I guess that's how it works. But it says Modern Day Tech has been, I think Eric was my first channel member. So thank you, Eric, for all the love and support. 32 months. That's awesome, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, you guys, if you're a member and you haven't, use that monthly member chat. It's kind of like a super chat, kind of sticks out, I guess. So that's cool. Polka McMaster says lagging. Are you guys lagging? Let's see, connection. How's our connection looking? It says good on my end, so I wonder if it's on y'all's end. Yes, video is very laggy. You're moving maybe every 5 to 10 seconds. Huh. Has it gotten better? Because I'm looking now and it says I've got an excellent. Oh. Well, I'm receiving it. Okay. Can you hear me good? Looks like we might be having some connection issues here. I see it now. Bear with me, guys. If you can hear me, bear with me. Let's see. I'm not sure how well you can. Is the audio still good? Can you hear me still okay? Shane in 5 frames per second. Sound is good. Okay. Still choppy. Yes, we can hear you fine. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, bear with me. I'm not sure. It says I've got some connection issues and I'm hardwired, so, and I've got fiber, so it must just be an issue. Hopefully it'll kick the kids off the internet. Yeah, I know, right? Actually, nobody is home right now, so at least it wasn't last I checked. So shouldn't be that. It's probably an issue with our service provider is what I'm assuming. So again, I see it's still choppy. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. We'll get it straightened out. But at least you can still hear me. It's about 20 frames per second. Well, that's better than the 5 it was a second ago. Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? We got, let's see. It's getting a little bit better. All right, starting to clean up. Sorry about that, guys. I have been having some issues with our service provider lately. So, and I know that's got to be what it is, because what else would it be at this point? So I don't know. Hopefully haven't had many issues with that lately, but let's see. Hopefully we're good. Can you guys still hear me? What's the live today about? We are just hanging out, guys, and sorry if the video is a little choppy. We've got some connection issue here. Just plain Canada, somebody says. Been having issues with my ISP as well. Sorry about this connection, guys. We're going to hope to get it straightened out here soon. But yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. We've been talking about some of the news and stuff, new products, new smart home products, as we normally do. We'll do a Q&A. Tell you what I'll do here. So for you guys who are still hanging in there with me, I'm going to go ahead and post, since you can't hear me, it sounds like, I'm going to go ahead and start a Q&A, and that will be pinned to the top. So I'm going to remove this pin right here, and we're going to start a Q&A. And you can drop your questions here. And you guys should see a Q&A pinned to the top of the chat. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know why it hasn't cleared up yet. But yeah, you guys should see that chat. Let's see. Oh, start Q&A. So pinned at the top of the chat is our Q&A, so you guys can drop a question there if you want, and I will get to all the questions. Could it be YouTube restart? I could. I don't know. I don't know if I should restart the whole stream. I wonder if I reload. I don't know if it's gonna mess up everything. Let me try to reload. Hopefully I don't lose everybody. Q&A popped up for you. My Discord won't link up my YouTube. Is there another way to join the Discord? It does have to be that way, Hunter. Sometimes it takes about an hour but you should just be able to put in your credentials for those members trying to get into the Discord. You should be able to put in your YouTube credentials, and sometimes it takes maybe an hour or so to sync up. Shouldn't be more than an hour though. Video has improved. I'm still getting a poor stream here. I'm gonna try, if it doesn't get any better in a second, guys, I will try to just reload it and hope we don't lose everything here. Yeah, it's still not looking great. It's improved, Alex says. If you switch to black and white, it'll look like an old movie. You guys are good. Video slightly improved, good now. All right, well, I'm glad it seems to be getting better. I still see looks like it says I have a poor stream status, so I don't know what's up with that. Again, I'm assuming it's my internet service provider here today. But if it doesn't get better, we'll try to reload the stream. Let's see to do. How we doing? Yeah, video is good now. All right, good. We look good. Are we better now? I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. You know, when we're live, things happen. George says, still a little choppy for you. Thanks, George. And welcome, George, too, by the way. George from Silverhammer Surveillance. Video is still a little bit choppy. It's kind of weird that my audio is good. I guess that's a good thing. To give your fiber an enema. Wow, thank you, Don. We got a super chat. Thank you so much. I'm gonna even hit the super chat button, even though it might come through choppy.
Super
chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and bearing with me. Better now, still choppy every once in a while. Still bad video quality. I see a funny TikTok yesterday, Lady Yoda, lady intruder, and she said, welcome. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that healthy perspective. That was pretty funny. All right. Well, I'm going to reload this and hope we don't lose everybody here. Let's see what happens. All right. You guys still with me? You guys still with me? All right. I still got everybody here? Hi, John K. Wolf from Hot Texas. Tell you what, I will try something. Let me check something out real quick. Still here? Okay, good. Well, I didn't lose you, so that's good. I reloaded the YouTube, and it looks like, I don't know if that helped any. We still choppy, you guys? Hi, from Ohio. Hey, Healthy Perspective. Don Powers. Thank you, Don, Patrick, Terry, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Still choppy. Worse with the reload so far. Can you guys hear me still? Hello, are you guys there? Frozen? Nothing we can't live with. Just lost the video. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, for a minute. There, your video and audio was gone, but back. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I figured, I had it hardwired, so I figured I'll unplug it and see. Maybe there's an issue with my Ethernet cord. I don't think that's the case. Looks like we just have some ISP issues, so we're gonna keep on rocking. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I did pin a chat, so a Q&A up top. If you can hear me, that's half the battle, I guess. Sorry that the video is choppy. I'm going to have some words with my internet service provider after this stream. I tell you that much. Sounds okay, but don't move too fast. Okay, yeah, I guess syncing with the lips. All right, I'll try to stay still. Yes, and I do have fiber internet, Gordon. I have had it for a while now, months. So I don't know what the issue is, but sometimes, again, we did have a lot of storms here recently, so I suppose there's a chance that they are working on some stuff somewhere. That may be an issue. I don't know. But yeah, that probably is it. Now, come to think of it, we had some trees down, and luckily we weren't affected too badly other than losing power for a little while, like I said. Call this a podcast, and then there's no problem. Exactly. Thank you, Will. I like it. All the smart lights. What is the router you are using, and have you had any problems with it? I have not had any problems with it. Doing claymation. I'm using the Netgear Orbi Wi-Fi 6E, and I stream here every week, so usually don't have these kinds of issues, so that's why I'm thinking we have an issue with the service provider. But again, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the Q&A. Let me jump over there and see if we have any questions yet, and you guys can just listen along. How about that? Looks like our stream, it says healthy, excellent, no data. Okay, excellent connection. Hopefully it's getting better. Let me know if it's getting better. It's saying excellent connection now, so maybe we just had a temporary issue with our ISP. I don't know, but excellent connection is what I'm seeing, so that's good. Hopefully it's improving. Hi, Shane. Let's see. Let me see. Let me jump back. I was over in the questions. I got back. Jump back to the live chat. actually listening, so don't mind. Okay, nice. So that works out good for you. Who is your ISP? So we have a local company here now. So I was using Spectrum forever, but now we have a local one called Carolina Connect, and they're the ones who brought us fiber. Let's see, is the stream any better, guys? I think it's saying, it looks choppy to me still, but it says excellent connection. So hopefully it'll get better here in the next few minutes. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, the storm may have messed them up. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and maybe they're working on some stuff. Who knows? But all right, we're going to jump over to the questions. Again, questions, and I have to jump back and forth in the chat, so it's hard for me to kind of see both, but I'm going to try. And let's see. Let's see here what I can do, and I will try to kind of keep track of the live chat. I don't know if that's going to work too. Well, gotta love live streaming and technical difficulties. If we didn't run into these, then it wouldn't be live streaming. It wouldn't be as fun, right? So clearly your ISP is not Apple Home users, otherwise they wouldn't be messing with you. Okay, here we go. You hear me? Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, I think my chat's working now. Video has improved. Good now. Yeah, your video's good. All right, good deal. You guys rock. Thank you, guys. Or at least, I don't think that's... All right. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, click the Q&A and then ask something and type away. So pinned to the top of the chat is the Q&A, and you can click that, drop your question there. It says drop your questions here, Q&A, and that way I won't miss those questions. So I think I saw, let's see, where was that? Lloyd says, I can't ask a question in Q&A. Didn't have one anyways. All right. Well, thank you, Lloyd, for your member chat. Lloyd has been a member for 9 months. So thank you for your support. And I love it. Love the comment. And Lone Star Trent, next week's stream will be a blast. I'll be celebrating my 39th birthday during the stream. Awesome. Well, happy early birthday, Lone Star Trent. We'll definitely have to remember to give you a birthday shout out next week. And yeah, would love for you to celebrate with us. That's awesome. And next week, I know it's your birthday. Maybe you'll be busy doing other things, but we will be doing, it should be, I think next Wednesday is the first Wednesday of July. So we should be able to do our monthly video chat that we do for all the members. So that's always a lot of fun, and hopefully you can join us. If not, totally understand. I hope you have an awesome birthday. And Lone Star Trent has been a member for 11 months. Thank you, Lloyd, for being a member. Q&A isn't appearing anymore. You guys, do you not see the Q&A? Let me know if you, oh, we have a dentist appointment. Let me know if you don't see the Q&A. It should be pinned to the top of the chat. If not, I can try to reinitiate it. I do have some questions, so I'm going to jump in there. And Dan says, I see it. So it should be pinned to the top of the chat. So you can see it. Okay, so it is there. So you should be able to see that at the top of the chat. Okay. First question is, when is the first Whatley Con? I don't know, but we should definitely do that. I think definitely at CES. I do know for a fact I'm going to CES. Sometimes travel is hard. But I will, at least I have every intention of going to CES, the next CES, so we can definitely do a get together, a meet up there. Will be awesome to hang out with anybody who is around, or maybe who else is attending CES. I'm trying to get my wife to go, and maybe we will even spend a few extra days in Vegas next year will be next year. Sky Brown says, hey Shane, what's the best way to control a smart bulb in a bedroom without using voice every time? A smart button. I'm worried about using motion sensors in bedrooms. Yeah, so if you don't want to use a motion sensor, smart buttons are a great way. If you don't want to use voice, or you don't want to use motion sensors, smart buttons are great. I have I don't have any up here, but I have a little flick button that I have stuck to my bedside table, and it programs different things, like controls my security system, and I can also turn off like all the lights, set different scenes and stuff. Also, Aqara buttons are great. There's a lot of different smart home buttons you could get that work with HomeKit. So that's probably the route that I would go if you don't want to use motion sensors or anything like that, and you just want to control those smart bulbs some way. Any affordable HomeKit companies beside Aqara trying to upgrade on a budget? Good question. Actually, that brings me to something that I was going to mention earlier and I never got around to, and that is Maris. So Maris is another company that does kind of like Aqara. So they sell a lot of very affordable HomeKit products. So this company is based out of China like Aqara, but they have Matter. They're starting to make Matter products. I have had this flagged because I was going to share some of this. So this is a new product that is for pre-sale right now. A fan and a light switch here combo. They have some new sensors. So I'm not 100. I haven't used any of these specifically, but I'm curious a lot. So they have a hub now, and I don't know that much about this hub. So if anybody has this, let me know. I'm going to jump over to the chat and also see if anybody is familiar with, has used any of these. Let me know. I don't know if these connect over Zigbee or what, but they have this little hub here, and they have a water sensor right here, a little battery-powered smoke detector. This is a door sensor that connects to a hub. This is a new one here, I think, too. This is an outdoor. Looks like an outdoor temperature and humidity sensor. I think this also supports, it has a light sensor as well built in. Again, connects to this hub, so I don't know how this connects. I wasn't able to find that in here. I didn't really have a lot of time to look into this, but Maris is definitely another one that sells a ton of, let's see here if we can do shop by, let's just go home and see what they have a ton of smart home products that are very affordable. Their stuff has been kind of hit or miss what I've used. I do really like their garage door opener. That's the one that I'm using. Here's one that controls multiple garage doors. I'm actually using one of their Matter, is it over there? Yeah, I'm using one of their Matter light switches, or sorry, smart plugs. This one right here right now. So that's another option. I saw somebody mention VocoLink in the chat. VocoLink makes some affordable stuff. Just look for, HomeKit, search through Amazon, type in HomeKit. There's a lot more affordable products nowadays than there used to be. Aqara is definitely a good one. Let me see what you guys are saying. Maris has many accessories, but they mainly use Wi-Fi. Aqara uses Zigbee. I would agree with this statement right here. Thank you for that. But that is why I brought up the new sensors and stuff that Maris is using, because they do have this hub now, and I need to look into this and see what protocol this hub is using. I'm assuming maybe it's something like Zigbee, because these new products require a hub, like this sensor and the water sensor and stuff. So I'll try to look into that and see maybe before next week. Let's see. Cheap and IKEA. IKEA is another one. IKEA makes some stuff. Actually, speaking of IKEA, I have an IKEA smart button right here. So I was using this with that Homey bridge we were talking about earlier to pair this. So I really haven't used a lot of IKEA stuff, but they have a bridge also that connects to HomeKit, and you can kind of get a lot of the really affordable IKEA stuff into HomeKit as well. Nanoleaf Essentials, yes, also cheap, thread, and reliable. Good suggestion there. Very good. Lone Star Trend, I saw a smart doorknob with a fingerprint somewhere. It's not the knob Shane showed. It looked like a traditional knob. Was it HomeKit supported, or was it a smart doorknob? I know they make some that just have a fingerprint scanner that look like a traditional doorknob, but I don't know if they connect via thread or Wi-Fi or anything like that. All right, I'm going to get back to the questions now. I'm going to try to answer you guys all your questions. Thank you all for submitting those. Will you be doing a review of the Homey that you have? Good question. I haven't decided. I really am really more interested in reviewing probably the Homey bridge, because I just feel like more of the audience would be more interested in that. But you guys let me know. I mean, drop me a message, in here in the chat or over on Instagram or something. I might share some more stuff over on Instagram. Would love to know what you guys think. This one, again, is a lot more limited than what you can do with the Pro version. So I think the Pro version is going to be probably the better option for your, more serious smart home enthusiasts. I think this one is really good for beginners. But again, I'm really happy with this so far. So yeah, I can. Frederick, when is the new studio tour coming out? Well, I don't want to give it away, but it's coming out very soon. Maybe a little spoiler was in our Discord server earlier today. But yes, it's actually coming very soon. So stay tuned. Definitely turn on notifications, because if you don't already have them on, because that's going to be coming soon. And we also have part 2 of our YouTuber edition of our smart home automations coming out soon. That was a lot of fun. If you guys didn't see that, it was just awesome to get so many great YouTube creators. We got a couple here in the chat. I saw Modern Day Tech. Eric is here. He's going to be in part 2. George is in there from Silverhammer Surveillance, is going to be in part 2. So that's coming out soon also. All right, I got to run through these questions. We got a lot of them built up. Zane says, hi Shane, I had a question a few weeks ago about switching homes in Apple TV to watch cameras from a different home under one Apple ID. Oh yeah, I had let's see, about switching homes in Apple TV. Oh yeah. I have not checked that. That's right, I do remember that now. Switching homes in Apple TV. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can do that. So I don't know if anybody has tried this or has any. Let's see. Mark says, I'd like to know more about the Homey bridge. Okay, good stuff. Homey bridge isn't great. Pro is better, but still too much beta product. Lurk Jerk says. Okay. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to switch homes on the Apple TV. I think you can probably only view the cameras from the home that that Apple TV is a part of. That's what I think, but I haven't tested that out yet still. My Aqara M1S updated to Matter beta automatically, and now the alarm and the light are disappeared in Apple Home. Is that normal? Yes, so that should be normal. I'm surprised that it updated automatically. I think that was an update. I thought that's an update you had to initiate. I use the Aqara M1S also, and mine has not updated last I checked to Matter. And that's kind of by design. I really didn't want to update mine to Matter. But yeah, so Matter doesn't support the alarm system. And I'm not surprised that the light disappeared too. That should be brought in, I feel like, but maybe it's not. And I haven't updated mine to Matter. So that probably is normal. I know with the M2 that I use, I did a video on that, updating that to Matter a while ago. That did lose all the alarm features and stuff in Apple Home also. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. Is it easy to extend the Nanoleaf light strip? Sure, you can just buy an extension and extend it that way. Larry says, I have an Aqara G4 video doorbell, and 3 weeks ago it started missing motions. Contacted support. They have not been very helpful and say it may be Apple. Any idea what's going on? I don't know. I would say that that's not super uncommon, Larry, when it comes to HomeKit secure videos. In my experience, I've seen that with other cameras as well. So it very well may be an Apple HomeKit secure video issue where it's missing motion or recordings. To test that with a product like the G4 doorbell, you can probably enable like recordings and stuff through the Aqara app, or maybe on the SD card, if you have one of those, in there. If you're able to use that, that might be a way to see. You can compare the recordings there to the HomeKit recordings, and maybe that would give you a little bit of you know, a little bit of insight on where the issue lies. Jeff, any Prime Day deals? Yes, there are some Prime Day deals coming. So Amazon Prime Day is, what is it, July 11th, I believe, 11th and 12th. In the past couple years, I've done a video and a website, and I gather all the HomeKit deals. You guys usually seem to like that, so I'm going to do that again. There's so many different deals out there that I like to kind of consolidate all the HomeKit stuff, just for Apple. I keep saying HomeKit, Apple Home users. So I do plan to do that again. I've already been communicating with a lot of the brands and stuff, and there's a lot of deals coming. So if you're in the market for something, hold off for a couple weeks. Chances are pretty good that you might be able to find a deal, depending on what you're looking for. But yeah, Prime Day is coming. Great time to invest in some of the smart home stuff that you might have been thinking about. There will be some deals coming for sure. Since you like Homey, will you be switching to Homey from Homebridge? I doubt that. I still see a need for Homebridge. Again, I haven't used Homey Pro, so until I use Homey Pro, this definitely won't be replacing Homebridge. We'll see what happens when we start using Homey Pro. Again, there's Hoops Pro is coming. So there's some more devices out there. I don't think Homebridge is going to be completely replaced though anytime soon. Not in my house. I doubt it. So, hi Shane. In my Apple TV, what is the TV provider thing used for? Is that so you could add your cable TV provider to Apple TV? So the cable provider setting, if it's what I think you're talking about, it's used for like easier sign in to your different apps and stuff like that. So for example, if you have like a cable provider like Spectrum, I know certain ones have, I know Spectrum I'm pretty sure does. There's probably some others that have like single sign in and stuff like that to your different apps. So if you have like, gosh, I don't know, National Geographic Channel or something through your TV provider, if you have that app, it'll just be easier to like sign in and stuff. So that's what that's for. LifeX light strip or other for under the cabinet lighting. So I haven't used LifeX, and they were recently bought out by, who was it? Another company. So I'm not really sure on the status of LifeX. I don't know if anybody here in the chat knows more about that. But because their direction and stuff has been a little unclear the past year or so, I would look at a different one. There's a number of options out there, regardless of whether you want HomeKit or whatever. Nanoleaf is probably a good option. If I was to do my cabinets again, I would probably do Nanoleaf. Their whites, the colors aren't the best, but their bright whites are so good, especially if you need functional lighting. I would do Nanoleaf if I was doing it again. Is there any smart control for fans, like a smart dimmer from Aqara, maybe? Was that meant to be? Danny says, I have LifeX, but they don't support Thread. Yeah, there you go. And that's another thing. The Nanoleaf supports Thread, so that could be a good thing. It's a good thing for most people, and not another Wi-Fi device. So that's a good point there. Robert Miller says, I would stay away from Eve too, since they were also bought out. I personally wouldn't worry about the Eve buyout. Sorry, I know I'm jumping kind of back and forth between the chat. I wouldn't worry about the Eve buyout. I've been in communication with them, and they were bought out by a really big company. They're still going to continue to operate as Eve, independently as Eve. So I don't think there's any issues with that. And they kind of made that buyout real public, and it seems to be a good thing. Hopefully that will be a good thing in the long run, but they're still going to be operating, independently as Eve from what I understand. And it seems like everybody that I've talked to there seems to be excited about that. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I've heard really good things also about the company, the big company that bought them out. What was it? I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. They're really big in Europe. So Eve is great and their support is fantastic. Yep. So a lot of people say good things about Eve, as you can see in the chat. But any smart control for fans, back to our questions. I don't know of anything that has like a dimmer. I did see this device over here. Let me see. This one kind of intrigues me. So this is by Maris. This is for pre-sale, and this is a European device. So I'm not sure where you live, but this might be what you're looking for. This heating and cooling, and looks like you can control it. So I don't know if you can plug a regular fan into this. Sounds like somebody just rang my doorbell there. But maybe, but this is the only thing that I've seen that would allow, maybe, again, if that even, if this would work. But looks like you could plug in maybe a fan and control it. But yeah, other than that, I haven't seen anything like this. Do you recommend a dedicated router for smart home products? I know the Orbi has a dedicated lane for all that, but I have an extra Airport Express aside from my Nighthawk mesh. Personally, it depends on probably how comfortable you are with network stuff, with networking. I don't think I would use a dedicated router. I think that would cause a lot of complication. I would prefer to have a separate SSID maybe for all my smart home stuff, as you mentioned. The Orbi has this. Some of the newer ones also have this dedicated smart home SSID, so it's kind of acts as a separate network, which is really cool. So you can keep your phones and everything off of that and keep all your smart home stuff on that separate SSID. I feel like though, if you had a separate router, again, unless you did some, if you're really comfortable with your networking, you can probably configure it so you won't have any issues with your phones and HomeKit hubs and all that kind of stuff talking. I feel like you might come to some, encounter some issues with that, but it probably depends on your level of comfort there. Personally, I don't think I would do it. Is there a smart option for ceiling fans, like a smart dimmer from Aqara, planned in the future? For ceiling fans, I mean, the only thing that I know of is the Lutron Caseta fan dimmer, or what do they call it? Lutron Caseta fan controller. This is the one that I really like. I love these things. I have a few of these in my house. If I can find it right here. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. I saw a fan. I saw a fan right there and thought that was the one. Where is it at? Here it is. This one is great. This does require a Lutron Caseta bridge, but this thing works fantastic. And I have a number of these. Even have one for the fan that's on my front porch. I have a couple of Amazon devices I got for free. They now support Matter, right? Is that useful in any way to HomeKit? So Amazon, oh, I see. No, I don't think that's really going to be useful for a HomeKit device. So you'll be able to connect Matter devices to those Amazon devices and use Lady A to control them, but you won't really be able to like control those Amazon devices like an Echo Dot or something in HomeKit. So I don't think they're going to be much use for you unless you want to use, Lady A for different things. So I hope that helps. Not a question, but Shane, you're my favorite smart home YouTuber. I like George, Panda Bear, and Smart Home Solver too. Awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that very much. The support is much appreciated. Thank you. Have you seen any spaceships going off? Nope, I've been looking, but I haven't seen any. Is it better to have smart bulbs or smart light switches? Smart light switches. My rule of thumb is if there is a switch to control the light, I'm going to use a smart light switch. If there's no switch, and for everything else, accent lighting and stuff like that, smart bulbs. That's my rule of thumb personally. Shane, I love my Aqara door lock, but have you found anything for sliding glass doors? I have not found anything for sliding glass doors other than some like DIY, real DIY kind of stuff I've found on the internet here and there, but nothing that I know of that anybody makes. I had HomeKit update to Schlage Inco Plus. Took a few days ago, and now I don't receive lock notifications from HomeKit. Any suggestions? I do not have a suggestion for this. I've actually seen that update. I'm trying to update mine now. Actually, earlier today. I don't know if the update went through, so maybe I can report back next week on that. But yeah, I've seen the update too, but I haven't done it. So more to follow on that, hopefully. Yeah, maybe restart. I guess suggestions for that. Maybe if you're having HomeKit issues, restart your HomeKit hubs. That's probably the first thing I would do, especially your primary HomeKit hub, so you can look and see which one that is in the Home app. And I would restart my HomeKit hub. So try that, and hopefully those notifications will start coming back again. One of my Encode pluses updated and the other did not. Not sure why. Don says. Charlie says, I recently bought my first HomePod Mini. When I try and get the beta updates in the Home app, it says loading failed every time. Have you ever had this problem? Maybe that might be a sign to stay away from the betas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do the beta updates very rarely unless there's a really good reason for me to do that. And in the past, I have not done beta updates on my home. You did say HomePods, right? In the Home app, it says, yeah. So I stay away from the betas. So I don't really have a good suggestion for that. All right, I'm going to do a few more of these questions here, see how many I can get through. We had a lot of them here today. Brian says, send over milestone chat. Sorry, Brian, I may have missed that. I have to kind of separate the chat and the questions when I'm looking at the questions. That's kind of the downside to this. So sorry if I missed your milestone chat. We'll see if I can find that. FP2 getting any better? You unplugged yours. Oh man, you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there. Let me see if I can find that milestone chat. Where is it? Nope, I can't seem to find it. Yep, sorry I missed that, Brian. I know Brian's been a member for a while and is always a lot of help here on the live stream, so thank you, Brian, for that. Yeah, my FP2 has been getting better. So I've actually been using mine in my larger area. I know we talked about that a little bit on Discord, I think. At first, I was having issues getting that set up in a larger room, a big open room, but it was very tedious to get it set up. But was able to do that. And the last few times that I've tried to, do like the zone management and stuff like that, the feedback on where you're at in the room has been much better. And once it's set up, for me, the automations work great. So I haven't had any issues with that. The issues were, especially in that big room, was being able to get the feedback to set up the rooms. And tracking you throughout the room. That does seem to have been better, and my automations have been working great the whole time, so I haven't had any issues with that. But I do have another one that I plan to set up soon, so I can follow up with that as well. And Luke87 says FP2 is getting better as well, so that's good to hear. Yeah, and I've heard some other people saying similar things as well, so... Lexus update. I don't think it's that bad. It's just a really complex device. I feel like it's one of the most complex sensors I've probably used for HomeKit. And it's not that it's bad. It's just the setup was really tedious. And I think there was an update at some point that made the setup a little bit worse. And than when I first got it. So like in my video, you can see me like moving through the room, and those automations always work. Those never stop working. But when you see the feedback on the app of the person moving through the room, that's kind of what got a little buggy. But that seems to have gotten better now in my experience. Let's see. Okay. I don't know about a FP2 Matter update coming, but they do have some updates coming, I believe, and there are some other Matter updates coming to other devices. All right, so let's see. I'm moving to a new house. What's the best way to get everything up and running at the new house? So if you have stuff that you're moving over, the best thing you can do really is set up your router and everything with the same SSID name and password as your last house. And aside from that, best thing to do is just be patient and give things time to connect. Set up your HomeKit hubs and everything probably first, and then start plugging all your devices. Hopefully everything will connect automatically. If you're lucky, sometimes a lot of devices need a little reboot, so unplug, plug in, maybe once you get your router set up. But patience is the best thing to recommend there. It's a process when you're moving, an entire smart home setup. Robert says, automation question. I get a message that needs to confirm to run an automation to lock my U100 and Inco Plus. When I leave home, I get a notification to confirm. Any ideas to solve this? So I didn't think you would need to get an automation to lock it, but I could be wrong. Maybe you do. I know to unlock, you definitely do, and it's because it's a secure accessory. So this is the case for any secure accessory like an alarm system, a lock, garage door, anything that can provide access to your home. If you're doing a geolocation automation, you're going to get these kind of prompts to confirm the automation. And really the only way, and that's just a security feature really, so that you don't accidentally open the it's just one of Apple's things that they think that's the secure route to go. The only way to get around this is to use something like a virtual switch or a dummy switch. I've talked about this before on the channel in different times, but you can even use a smart plug somewhere if you don't have something like Homebridge or any way to create virtual switches. But essentially you use a plug or a switch and you automate through that. So when I leave home, turn the switch off. And when the switch then a second automation that says when the switch turns off, lock the door or unlock the door. You see, and so that way works, and you just use that virtual or dummy switch kind of in the middle of those two, and that's kind of the workaround there. Have you thought about covering some of the currently China-only Aqara products? The smart panels look interesting. Well, thanks, Stephen, for the question. I actually have not really considered this because I typically only like to review and cover products that are available at least, in the U.S. or if not internationally. I don't know. I find it might be frustrating to share these cool products that people can't buy. So that's kind of why I do that. But I'm always open to suggestions. So if that's something you guys want to see, I can certainly consider that. But yeah, there's a lot, especially when we're talking about, panels that are going into the wall and electrical stuff. It can get a little tricky there when we're talking about products that aren't rated for, different countries and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't. And again, that's something they'll probably never bring to the U.S. Or to the international markets. So I haven't really put much consideration into that one. Let's see. I'm going to do a couple more questions, and then we'll probably have to wrap it up here. I see we got a few more thoughts on the Eve acquisition. We kind of covered that a little bit actually already, Brian. Eric W. says, recently added Apple TV 4K. Now my time-based automations are off. To fix this, I removed the Apple TV from my Apple Home. I have not experienced this. No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't experienced that at all. I'm thinking about getting motion blinds for our sliding glass door. Should I buy fitted shades and then get the upgrade kit, or buy blinds that are already set to go? Personally, if they make what you're looking for that are already ready to go, I would go that route. I don't know if you would be able to save some money in doing it the other way. Obviously, that's a consideration, but if you can find the blinds that you like and they're already set up and ready to go, I would go that way. I set up some recently, not the Eve motion blinds, but I set up some of the Smart Wings, and they're shipped to you out of the box, and they're like already programmed to go the right length and everything. And Eve does the same thing with their motion blinds. So yeah, I mean, it's nice because you don't have to. I mean, if they come, they should come already programmed for the right length and everything like that. So yeah, it's really nice if you can get them ready to go, in my opinion. I'm thinking about doing an Aqara button as a doorbell like you did in an older video, and I wondered what your thoughts were in retrospect. Does it work well, or is there a video, or is a video doorbell worth it? Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of video doorbells for sure, but if you don't have a need or don't want the video portion for whatever reason, then yeah, the Aqara button works great as a doorbell, especially if you have like the M1S Aqara hub. It works great. I used it for probably a couple years until there were actually HomeKit video doorbells available to sell or available to purchase. So yeah, I think it works well. I mean, I am a big fan of having a video doorbell though. I think they're awesome, especially with Apple TV. You get the pop-ups on the TV and stuff like that, and you get there's facial recognition, all those other features that you wouldn't get with just a button. But again, if you don't care about all that, the Aqara button would work just fine, I think. Can I buy Aqara products from the US and from China and use them in the same Aqara app? Will the US bought stuff work on the mainland China server? So yeah, I think all the sensors, I'm almost certain that all the sensors will still work regardless. I don't think there's a difference in those other than packaging and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. So those should work. The difference is going to be your hubs. I think the hubs may be different, but most of the sensors should be able to work regardless of which server you're using in the app. Anyone heard anything more about Philips Hue and Matter over Thread? I have not. I don't think, yeah, they will support Matter, but Philips Hue is not going to be supporting Thread, I don't believe, anytime soon. So they'll be supporting their Philips Hue Zigbee bulbs and stuff through the hub. So it'll be Matter through their hubs. I haven't heard anything else about that though. Are you going to review the Philips Hue light that you have outside your garage? I don't have any plans to. I feel like that would be a very quick video. It's pretty straightforward, but maybe I can make a short video about it. Post it on Instagram or as a YouTube short. Yeah, I could definitely do that. I kind of forget about that light out there, but yeah, it's a great outdoor light by Philips Hue. FP2 is getting better. Do you think the Matter will make devices less expensive than before? In the long run, I think yes, especially for Apple Home. So first off, initially, while there's not many Matter devices, some of the prices might be a little bit higher. But I think just like we saw with HomeKit and Apple Home, over time, there's going to be more competition. We're already seeing just more and more Matter products being released. Like I said, there's a new light switch today. It seems like every week we have more Matter products to talk about. So I think, yeah, definitely in the long run, they'll be less expensive, especially for home, Apple Home users. Maybe not right away, but I think eventually. Have you tried iOS 17? Interactive widgets are nice to create a control panel on an iPhone, iPad. Yes, I have tried it a little bit on my iPad. I was curious if I could create something that would replace my wall-mounted iPad with the lock screen widgets. I don't think it's quite there yet for me based on how I like to use my wall-mounted iPad, but still very cool, and I'm very happy about that. And last question here in the questions Q&A is, isn't it beer o'clock? And yes, my friend Green Arrow, it is. We are right there. You are right. We ran a little bit over today. Ran about 15 minutes over today. Let's see. And we got some more answers here in the chat, so thank you guys for that. Is it possible to have 2 or more doorbells with a different sound? No, you can't control the sound, unfortunately, Lurk Jerk says. in HomeKit or in the Home app. At least not over the HomePod. So you can, it depends on what you're using. So you can, like the Aqara doorbell, you can change the sound, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But you get the chime over the HomePod. So that's what I'm thinking. You can't change that sound. That was because of, yeah. Thank you guys again for bearing with me through the video and the technical difficulties we had today. Good old service provider. So maybe I'll do a reboot of my router and different things like that next time. Hopefully that'll help. I think those storms in the area recently probably played some role in the issues today. But again, thank you guys for bearing with me and hanging out today. I hope I got to everybody's questions. I tried to get to them all. And yeah, stay tuned for more. We've got some more videos coming. I'm really excited about some of these. I did put a link to the last video that featured a lot of amazing content creators in our last video. That was awesome. That was part 1. There's a link in the description of this live stream for that in case you missed it. Part 2 is coming soon. We've got some other stuff. Studio tour coming soon. So a lot of good stuff. Can't wait. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Thanks again for hanging out today, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your week. All right. Bye.